I think we're all go, mate.
Yeah, we are. Oh, okay, mate. Good. Our first hangout for Rant Reports. Excellent. I did notice, funny enough, in a recent YouTube change, is you can upload a 3-second intro video and have it appear on every video in your channel. So once we've got more of these Rant Reports up, there'll be just a sort of, just a logo and a sound effect or something just to bring it all
At the
together a
start,
bit
that's
more.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's a shame it's not longer than 3 seconds, but 3 seconds isn't bad. So yeah, okay, our first Rant Reports hangout, and basically, just for anyone that's coming across this, it's our first one, so bear with us. But basically, when you and I talk on Skype, we end up actually just moaning about an awful lot of stuff, even though we're both full-time internet marketers. There's such a lot of crap out there, and you and I bought most of it down the line, and we thought, yeah, well, if we're going to rant about it and we amuse ourselves, hopefully we'll amuse some other people too, and possibly they don't go down the same necessarily the same roads that we've been down and bought the same crap that we've bought. But I did actually buy some stuff yesterday rather, which I hope isn't crap. But in a way,
I know I
I'll
keep
let you
swearing
know.
I'm not going to buy anything else, but it's bloody tempting. Some of this stuff is pretty good actually. But
Well, that's the plugin
that's
I
pretty
bought
cool.
yesterday. Yeah, the plugin I bought yesterday was very clever because basically the sales page was basically saying if you don't buy this plugin, you're going to go to jail. So because it was like FTC compliance and privacy policies and terms and conditions all built into a nifty sort of plug-in with a bit of animation. It looks really cool, but that's quite a sort of an incentive. Jesus, if I don't buy this plugin, I'm gonna go down for years. So I was sort of laughing to myself as I clicked the buy button, but I thought, well, you don't have much choice really when someone sells pictures you something like that. So but actually it looks quite good. What's it called? It's called the compliance bar or something. I've downloaded it. I'm going to install it on Vidjacker initially, I think, site and just check it out.
So what you
Anyway, it
tell
looks
me,
quite.
I'm going to go to jail and you're not? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, yeah, but I mean, presumably, I don't know if they have Skype in jail. Do you get internet in Australian jails? We could still carry on the
I
rant
think you
reports,
do
but
actually. You're right.
but you, but you'll have something else to moan about then, because obviously you're going to be presumably you'll be somebody's bitch, and I can sympathise.
Well,
Ah,
guys, I'll tell you something right now. This is going to be an unusual one because we're both stone cold sober,
oh
and some
yeah.
of them, one of us won't be, and one of us will be, and both of
Well,
us might not be.
you being in Australia and me being in either in France or London, kind of hopefully means that one of us will be in sort of reasonable shape to keep the other one under control, but we can't guarantee that. And also, if you're not prepared for a bit of harsh language, probably best not to tune in because we do
Push
tend
you
to.
off, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's
We'll
Australian and
try
I'm.
and control ourselves, but this is the rant after all.
Nah, fuck it. That's
Yeah.
just. I think the whole point is to be ourselves, isn't it? So that because that's one thing we rant about the fake, the fakers, the phony laughs, the fake scripted webinars, the sort of pre-designed questions, all that shit. I mean, so if nothing else, hopefully.
All these bloody crap, all the duds and stuff that are out there that are selling crap, to be honest, that's what we're pissed off about. We rant
Well,
about.
yeah,
I've been returning products that I've never done that before. I hate returning products,
yeah.
but I've
I
been doing
rarely
it. I've
really.
been doing it a bit lately.
Yeah, I haven't returned anything for a long time. Uh, yeah, the one thing I did try and return, but I just couldn't be bothered in the end. When what was it that the guy, I got an email back when I'd asked for a refund, saying that I wasn't a serial refunder, hardly ever, and was basically told that it was against PayPal's policy to refund on digital products, which is such a load of crap. That is absolutely so not true.
Yeah.
But talking of refunds on the other side of the coin, I have refunded people on a couple of my products. Which I like to, if someone asks for a refund, they just get it. I'm not going to ask why. I don't care. It's, a refund policy is what it says it is.
Yeah.
Or at least it should be. It should be. But the point is, instead of asking for a refund, what I hate, though, is when someone creates a PayPal dispute and saying that someone else has used their credit card to purchase my product. And I now know to get in touch with PayPal and say, well, presumably they bought something since they bought my product, and they bought something something before they bought my product. So have they asked for a cashback on that? Because presumably the person who stole their card has also bought those things, you know.
Yeah.
So, but I haven't really. I tend not to. I just want to get it out of the way. You know, there's so much negativity involved. I just don't need it. I believe it or not. I know you think I'm really contentious, but I'm nothing compared to the way I used to be. I'm much you know, much more zen-like now. You know?
Wine helps at times.
Yeah, well, it can also work the other way too. You know, so it depends on the quality of the wine, I think, really. Yeah, but yeah. So that's.
So what else have you been up to? What else have you been playing with?
Well, I just started a new setting up a new YouTube channel from scratch. I mean, I've set up one for Rant Reports, and that's in place, and the website's in place. And on the website, I think what we'll do is, because these hangouts will probably go on for quite a long time, and it's kind of unfair to people because they don't know what we're going to be talking about. So once it's done and uploaded onto YouTube, I'll just listen to it all the way through and do, what do they call that thing? On the either in the description underneath this video when it's on YouTube, and also on the blog where the video will be embedded, I'll say, right, at 5 minutes 20 seconds Steve's moaning about this, at 7 minutes 20 seconds Clive's ranting about that, or whatever, so people can skip through as they choose to bits that they're interested in. I think that's a sort of that's a courtesy.
Ramsey,
I think
it's Ramsey today.
Ramsey, remind me who? Oh, rings a bell. Chris Ramsey.
Yeah, Chris Ramsey. Fuck Chris Ramsey.
So what did you buy from him?
Oh, look, I bought a couple of things from him, and look, they're mediocre products, but the problem is, it turns out he's a freaking absolute dud. He sort of sidesteps PayPal, and there was a $20 ongoing fee that he somehow hides through another friggin' address and another website. So PayPal, I have to say, were very helpful in sorting that out because I knew it was going to be coming out. I couldn't find it anywhere on the list. And that's a good lesson for people. I mean, PayPal are really helpful with this stuff. If you think that you've got money coming out that shouldn't be, they won't give it back to you after the fact, of course. But if you get, like I went through, and she was actually fantastic. She said, oh, and we're talking about a 20-minute phone call. She said, oh, look, let me look into it. I went away to a manager, came back. She said, I found out I've got to send a thing over here. So what he's doing is he's just making it so freaking hard for people not to get out of what he's doing. And then he was trying to rip a guy off a week or so ago for $1,500 because I was communicating with the guy, and the guy managed to get it back. But he got $1,500 to do a mentoring course and then didn't do it. Now why would you do it and give the guy what he paid for and keep the $1,500? And how many people have been out there?
I've only ever come across it once before, but yeah, it's really annoying. You're on PayPal, you've got a recurring payment happening. You only realise when PayPal says you've just paid $20 or whatever it is, and you think, oh damn, I meant to cancel that. So you go into your recurring payments in PayPal and you can't find the damn thing. So and that's what happened to you. And you think, well, how on earth does that work? And it's only happened to me once before. But I contacted them via support, and they weren't scammy. I mean, I don't know how they did it. I mean, presumably they did it for the same reason, to make it hard to refund. But when I asked for a refund, I got it, and that was fair enough. But no, this guy sounds like he's just, I don't know.
He works under his mum's PayPal account, all this sort of thing. It's just out of control. I mean, I don't care what to do with the guy.
Probably lives with his mum, but in a way, but the thing is, PayPal is good if you're a purchaser. I mean, they do lean heavily towards the buyer, don't they, rather than the seller. I mean, if you're a seller, you do not get the benefit of the doubt with PayPal. If you're a purchaser, you do. And that's why serial refunders just open a PayPal dispute, keep the product, no matter how good it is. They think but they say, oh, well, I'll refund it in a way, but not having the balls to ask for a refund, say, please refund me via the Warrior Forum or Warrior Plus or whatever it is, or ClickBank, whatever it is. No, they just open a PayPal dispute, and that's just fucking evil as far as I'm concerned.
How many thousands of dollars that I spend, and I hate going through the process of trying to cancel and get refunds or whatever. It's something I haven't been doing until maybe the last couple of months, and that's just because up to here, which is part of the reason why we started this, all the crap that's getting out there, and it's not getting any better. And then, of course, Warrior Forum's just been bought out by Freelancer, and I'm thinking, well, hopefully it gets better. I don't think it'll make any difference. I wish they put the bloody prices up, not down.
Yeah, I did actually buy something else I bought, which I haven't been through completely yet, was actually a course about PayPal. I'd got one before, but just, PayPal's guidelines, things not to do, things to do. I mean, one thing I did for the last couple of years as a product seller is I always make sure I've got a fairly reasonable balance in my PayPal account. So little things like that I knew. You know, if you got an influx of money, not to withdraw it all straight away to your bank, because that looks really suspicious. And stuff like that. But there's a lot of other stuff in there too, which I'm gradually working my way through, because when I do launch Vidjacker and maybe something else down the line, and you do your software down the line, it's good to have all this stuff. So and so that's sort of another reason I got that compliance bar thing, because I thought, well, that'll, you know, at least that's a head start, get the good FTC earnings disclaimer, all that stuff in, because at the moment, you know, I just search the web for privacy policy generator, you know, and you just type in your web name and your address, and then you just click a button and it churns out some generic crap. And then there was WordPress legal pages, but I got really fed up with them, because basically it's been created by a lawyer, so you know it's fucking dodgy, you know, and you're not going to get any support or any help if a lawyer's created the damn thing. I don't mind a lawyer helping in the creation of it, but if they're involved in the selling process, that's bad news. So so WP legal pages are nice to help with them.
Talking about, how far away is that now?
Sorry, what, Vidjacker?
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for the plugin version to be developed. He did say 2 weeks, and that was about a week ago. So hopefully this week the plugin will be finished. But I did find a couple of little snafus in the main software script, just little things, typos and stuff that need tidying up. So what are we today? We're the 27th where I am. So
you decided not to release that until you got the plugin?
Yeah, because the plugin isn't going to be a one-time offer or anything. You get the script and the plugin, or just, you know, it's one price. That's it. So probably mid-June, but I'll be launching it privately via. I've got a couple lined up. I think you know someone too.
I've got a couple of people interested in it. Yeah.
Just do it privately, and initially, people will only be able to promote it if they've bought it. A bit like lead pages, you know. You can only promote it if you buy. I mean, that might change that way down the line. It might eventually, but if it does, it'll be twice the price. So, but anyway, yeah. So Vidjacker, I think, will be a good seller, because it's tying in nicely with this. What I was telling you about the other day. This, what was it, ClickBank Goldminer Pro software, which is really cool. You install it on your computer. It imports the whole ClickBank database. And then you search for products that you want to promote, however you're promoting them, whether it's on a blog or, as I do, via video.
Mate, your mic's banging against your glasses there, buddy.
Oh, sorry. Okay. All right, bring that down. Hang on.
I wonder what that was.
Okay, is that better?
That's better, yeah.
Yeah. So you import the ClickBank database. You find that, let's say you want to promote truth about abs, as an example. The software lets you look at all their product pages. You see, the really popular ClickBank products, they don't just have one sales page and one price. They have, you know, $1 trials. They have a half-price version. They have a $27, $77.50. So you can find the best price, because I looked at one the other day. It was a guitar course, and they had like 15 different sales pages that varied from $77 down to a $1 trial. So that means I can promote the $1 trial and giving people a reason to buy via my link, because I'm saying it's the cheapest deal. If you go to their regular website, look, it's $77 and $50 a month, but I found the secret link, which I have, which is $1, you know. And so I think that's
cool. I haven't looked at that piece of software myself, actually.
Yeah, so ClickBank Goldminer Pro is by a guy called Mark Olson. I've been in touch with him, and I'll certainly be promoting it, I think, to my list and my people. And I'm also hoping that he'll be one of the guys that will be talking about Vidjacker, because it ties in so nicely with the Goldminer Pro. You know, so for the style of video marketing I do, you can just create a 1-minute video on YouTube, optimize it to the hilt for whatever the search term you're targeting is, and like using stealth keyword competition analyzer I use for that, find really good keywords that have low competition. So if you're your 1 minute video, you're getting search engine optimized to get onto page one of Google for that specific search term. And instead of reviewing it in that video, you're then saying click here to see my full review video and details about the $1 access. And when they click that, they go to another video which is sitting on top of the actual sales page or even the actual payment page. So they just close that video and they're already there. It kind of takes one click out of the selling equation. So Mark has agreed that it would work perfectly in tandem with ClickBank Gold Miner Pro. So I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, no,
so
I think it will.
So that's what I'm doing at the moment, really. But like everything, I've got my fingers in so many pies, too many pies.
But you know, like we had the conversation the other day, the 80-20 or whatever, 95-5 or whatever. We're starting to eliminate some of the stuff at least, you know.
Well, yeah, the 80-20 rule. I think it's more like 90-10. I mean, quite honestly, I mean, but it's so true. I mean, 20% of the stuff that I do is what makes me money. 80% is sort of it's hoping, you know, it's going to make me money, but as 20% actually does. And the thing is to concentrate on the 20%, and then, you know, save the 80% for the weekend or something, you know. I mean, but it's very difficult. I mean, I have all sorts of problems. I mean, I was listening to, what's that guy's name? He's Australian too. It'll come to me in a minute. But I was listening to one of his tutorials the other day, and it rung so many bells. The hardest thing for me to do is to keep out of my inbox. I find that so difficult. I can't, even now, even though I know, I can't just check my emails in the morning and check it, you know, late in the afternoon, respond where necessary, and that's it. I'm constantly inside my inbox because I'm constantly being bombarded with emails.
Up the wrong place.
Up again.
It must be. You need to get that fixed for next time. It's going to drive these people crazy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I can't stay out of my inbox. Well, I'm trying to, but it's difficult. I don't do Facebook. I just check Facebook once a day to see if someone's messaged me. I don't really do Facebook, but and so to be more productive, that's the thing, because you can spend a whole day just checking your emails and fucking about on Facebook. It's crazy, and then wonder why you get nothing done. So yeah, I'm very goal oriented now. And another thing, this guy's
too is products. Like you open your email box and you look at some new email, and it just happened to catch your eye, and then you spend a bit of time looking at it, and then you're down the rabbit warren for friggin' an hour, isn't it?
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, maybe you're buying a product, or you're watching a sales video, or you're doing something else, and that's, yeah, as you say, it's an hour of your day gone, you know. So
I think we should get our PayPal accounts off for a month just to see how we go.
Yeah. Well, Jesus, if I didn't. Yeah, but I'm on so many lists, you know, as you need to be, really, if you want to keep your finger on the pulse. But as I say, I don't, you know, I probably actually only open probably about 5% of the emails I get. And in fact, I do like the new Gmail feature where you've got, you know, important posts, you know, from family members, whatever, in one tab. You've got promotions, you've got social, and so on. Because that really does. I know if anything goes into my personal inbox, it's something that either I need to respond to, or it's from someone that I actually know. And promotions, I just sort of scan, read who they're from and the subject lines without even opening them, and just click mark as read. And anything interesting that I think, oh, that might be cool, I just add a star to it so I can read it later. So I'm getting better, but
you know, getting back to this buying these products, you and I've discussed this before. I think if you're concentrating in an area, whether it be Facebook or YouTube or whatever, I think that you still need to keep you know, you need to be looking at this stuff. Even if we've talked about this, you might buy 10 products or 5 products, you know, reasonably cheap stuff, and you're just getting a couple of little gems out of them. I think it's well worth the investment at times. I mean, it's, you know, you're still spending money you shouldn't be spending, and it's the as long as you're not looking at it as for the silver bullet, that's the problem.
Yeah. I mean, I did that when I first got into video marketing, and over the last 2-3 years, I probably bought nearly every YouTube product out there that sort of how to promote a video rather than the making of videos, even though I am kind of getting into that now. I just turned one of the barns here into a little film studio, and I'm sending my niece on a TV presenters course next month.
Yeah, you're talking about that. That's great. So, hey, one thing we should cover while we're here is that we both made a really big decision for us, is that no more black hat stuff. Screw the black hat stuff, over it.
Oh, yeah.
Buying it, breaking it, works for 2 weeks, then doesn't work. Anything that we're doing that works long term is definitely white hat every time.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah. Well, there's two things. We decided white hat and residual,
yes,
and that's
exactly.
it. You don't just want, to promote a product and you get paid once and then that's the end of, you get paid your commission once and that's the end of it. I want my products to be evergreen, so that either they make me a permanent income or or they become an asset that I can sell to somebody down the line. If I can say, like, this product earns me $5,000 a month every month and has done for the last 2 years, what's it worth to you? And that's the kind of asset I want. And to be that way, it has to be evergreen and it has to be white hat. So I think that's really important. And YouTube and Google are really, more and more slamming down. So anything, if you are thinking of buying a product and it's got the word loophole, ninja, or assassin in the title of the product, I'd sort of just think twice, possibly, because it does sort of give that feeling that it's an underhand tactic, and that used to be a selling point, wasn't it?
We had this conversation. We had this conversation the other day of all the stuff that you've bought and put on your computer that was anything like that. How much of it are you using now?
Oh God, yeah. I mean, funny enough, I thought about that yesterday. I'm definitely using the ClickBank Goldminer Pro, and I can see myself continuously using that. And it has been around for I think a year or two. I think he's upgraded it though. My Stealth Keyword Competition Analyzer has been around again for a few years, and he constantly updates it. Like when I first bought it, it was the Google Keyword Tool, but he's updated it for the Google Keyword Planner. So in other words, I know it's a good product. There's a guy behind it who's improving it as and when he needs to. The only other thing I'd say would be Market Samurai, which I've had for years, and they constantly update. And that's the proof of the pudding. If people are updating their software, instead of when it breaks, you never hear from them again. And I'd say as a
stuff that you download and have on your desktop and stuff like that.
97% is crap. And even if
it doesn't work, 2 weeks it works for them.
Well, if that's as regards software and as regards a tutorial or training, in a PDF or in a video, I could spend, say, $27 on a Warrior special, which is about video, and I might just pull out just 1 point, and I feel that's worth it because other people would get more than 1 point out of it because I know quite a lot about video marketing. But I'm not going to ask for a refund if the guy's teaching stuff I already know. But hopefully, and I'm even not going to ask for a refund if I know everything that he's teaching, because that's only right that I shouldn't ask for a refund. And if I just get one nugget, I think the secret is and when I've started doing it now in Google Docs, is I just keep a swipe file now of good ideas related to, so I say video marketing, just because I've useless memory, all the booze and fags and drugs down the years, can't retain information. What's your name again? So yeah, a swipe file, just a good thing, and then I make bullet points, and I sort of I have my own like search engine to-do list now. When I'm doing a video, which funny enough I was yesterday, promoting something, and linking it to my associated website and building the website, and I've got it down to a fine art now, and all the search engine optimization.
I'll tell you what's really interesting on the product that we're working on, that Terry and I are working on, is that everybody they give the reason that this stuff is breaking because the APIs changed and they didn't have any warning. We've been communicating with Google, and you know what? They're more than a bit useful. Helpful, I should say. They're useful and helpful. They just seriously, and they're saying, look, we'll communicate with you when we're changing stuff and rah, rah, rah. So they do get plenty of warning. The problem is these guys are too fucking slack to follow up on the product. They just don't do it because they're on with building the next thing to make the next $5,000 or whatever they're going to make.
So but that's because they're targeting the same audience over and over again with similar or products, and they know that once the 30-day refund period in a Warrior form is over, that they have no legal obligation to refund anyone. So as long as their software works for 30 days, which it often doesn't, as you said, but if it does work for 30 days, they see themselves as being free and clear and move on to the next one. But the stupidity is, here's the other thing, is someone builds some software, and Video Vantage to me was a case in point, which was software launched on the Warrior form a couple of months ago. And it all looked very good, and it got you backlinks and all this stuff. Within 24 hours of it being launched, it was broken Because if anyone thinks that Google does not pay people to monitor the Warrior Forum for stuff like that, which they see as black hat, and they can, at a push of a button, make a couple of changes on their API to foil that bit of software, they'll do it. I mean, even when I released Tube Smarty, the Tube Smarty plugin, which is, good product, and when I released it, you could have the Amazon have an Amazon, not a product page, but the Amazon homepage appear on the site with my video lightbox on top via the link that the plugin created. Within 3 days, that had changed. So you couldn't do that. Now, to me, that's too much of a coincidence. Someone from Amazon is paid to see the Warrior Forum and say, hey, we shouldn't let that happen. He's able to put our homepage in an iframe. Let's change that. So they change it. Now, that didn't affect the usefulness of Tube Smarty. I mean, it still works, and VidJacker is a greater improvement on Tube Smarty. But the fact is, it just goes to show Google are watching, Amazon's watching, because they're multi-billion-dollar companies. They just have to pay some guy just to keep an eye on the threads.
And there's a lot of them out there playing with the system. Why wouldn't they be monitoring? I mean, that's it.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, even if you are going to launch something like that, the last place you should launch it is on the Warrior Forum. But anyway, there you go. I mean, I've only really launched.
Back to the products that these guys produce. Some of them. I had one that was a bloody ripper little product. That little YouTube product, and I really, really liked it. It gauges and worked. It really worked. And the thing worked for a couple of weeks. Now, I would have continued to pay for that product, to update it or whatever. It was a freaking great little product. Worked for about 2 weeks. Tried to get the guy to fix it. Said, look, this is a great product. And he just didn't bother. And yet it was a really good little product. It did everything he said it was going to do.
You shouldn't have offered to buy it. You should have offered to buy it from him then and fixed it yourself.
Responded.
Yeah.
You didn't even respond.
Well, there you go. I mean,
I even kept the screen capture of the way it worked because I like the way it works so much. That's how much I like the damn thing.
Also, I think a lot of people that do that sort of stuff is they have a bit of software developed. They have a developer, or say via freelancer.com or Odesk, and it's a one-off deal with that developer. They don't have an ongoing relationship with that developer. So once the product is made, and they sell it, and then it breaks, they can't go back to that developer and say, look, let's fix this. How can we fix this? Because the relationship with that developer is over. I think people that create good products have an ongoing relationship with their developers.
Yeah, that's right.
Or they're doing it themselves.
Like Terry's in-house with me. He's in Australia. So, I've worked with them before, so I know that the stuff he's built is going to be bulletproof and we're not going to have to worry about it. I mean, everything will break. Sure, it'll break, but we'll fix it,
Yeah,
and we want it to be an ongoing product. I mean, that's the whole point. Why not build on a good product? It's just madness.
Well, that's where the money is. God knows the millions the guys who created Market Samurai have made down the years. But so it's going back to what I said. No white hat, fix it, constant support, and those products are the only products that I used yesterday. I've owned them for a long time for that very reason. If I buy the latest video hijacker loophole ninja assassin software, one, I could get my account penalized, my YouTube channel suspended or even closed down, and two, it's probably going to break in a couple of weeks in a way, or thirdly, Google or YouTube are going to change their algorithm like they did with Panda and Penguin and all that stuff, and your YouTubes are going to be penalized, as they've recently started doing with YouTubes with fake views. That's just so crappy. I mean, there are better
fake views, aren't we? I mean, even just to test it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I did buy views in the past, but I did it the right way. Going to Fiverr and buying views is like video suicide. But I don't do it anymore. No, it's just crazy, and people that are still doing it are being penalized. But then 99% of people that market with video on YouTube haven't got a fucking clue what they're doing. Still, most of them are begging for the link by sort of saying, please click the link in the description below, and as soon as the video ends, they can't see the link because the About Us section goes. They don't know how to associate a website and have a shiny button appear inside the video. They don't do that. They don't have an outro image, so as soon as their videos stop playing, all these related videos pop up to distract the viewer and take them somewhere else. And so really, that's good news for me. because I know that
But the
when I'm
longevity,
targeting something.
we won't mention their channel, but you've got one channel in particular, and I know what it's bringing you in. And when's
Yeah.
the last time you did any work on that?
Oh, over a year ago.
That's right.
More,
And it
probably
brings in
more.
money, the same money every month.
It
If
brings in,
you've
well,
done the right one.
it's worked up. It's over, yeah. It's bringing in over $1,000 a month for 3 videos that I created a year and a half ago, maybe more. And Google allows you to have 50 channels. So my target is to have 50 channels earning me $1,000 a month. And that's obviously easier said than done. I mean, that's quite a target. But so the thing is, I think James Schranko, that's who it was saying the other day, if you have more than one goal, you've got too many goals. So my goal is to build one more YouTube channel to bring me $1,000, and then once I've done that, to build another one. Because to build 49 more channels, $1,000 each, that's too big a goal. You can't focus on it, and but to say one channel. So yeah, I'm working on that. Was the channel I was working on yesterday. So
Plus
and
the
it's a
other
real
bits
good
and
one.
pieces you work on, and then it all adds up, isn't it? I mean, then you're doing it right, and you can go away on holidays, you're still making money.
Yeah, and on top of that, I haven't done any. There'll be no black hat stuff involved. Guidelines followed, everything in place, giving quality information, good stuff, and YouTube love and Google love. Nothing to be penalised for down the line, and that's evergreen income. And again, that's I look at it as being my retirement fund. It's my pension.
Getting back to the tools and stuff you're using, the point that as you said, you can pick up something you haven't used for 6 months, turn it on, it might want to update itself, or they've updated it or whatever, and then you just push the button, it updates, you push the button and it works, probably with some improvements, and you can go back to it 6 months later and it's going to do the same thing. Those are the stuff you want to use, isn't it?
Well, that's exactly what happened with the Stealth Keyword Analyzer, which I haven't used for ages because I haven't been doing a lot of keyword research recently. But as you say, it was over 6 months, and then sure enough, updating now, boom, 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 and I thought, oh, hang on, something's changed, and then there was a link, and then it took me to a training tutorial to tell me what he'd updated and changed. I mean, brilliant. So yeah, and Market Samurai the same. Every time I upload Market Samurai, it updates. So yeah, that's the sort of product to buy, and other products. I mean, I use Easy Video Suite and a couple of others, but they're just solid. I mean, and these guys who make them, quite rightly, make a lot of money because they're providing decent products. They're not just in there for a hit and run. And unfortunately, a lot of these so-called software programmers and sellers are. So, and plugins. I mean, I've developed plugins too, but mine continue to work, I think. So, well, last time I used them, they did. And if they don't, I'll get them. I'll fix it, as you say, via my developer. So, yeah, that's it. So, I think for this rant report, we haven't really ranted all that much.
No, we've just waffled on about generally what we're about, and I think that's good enough. I mean,
we just had a moan rather than a rant today.
Yeah, I think we generally covered a few bits and pieces we're working on. Believe me, the rants will get bigger.
Oh yeah, the rants will get more rantier. But also I think on the flip side of that, there was some positive stuff here we talked about too. So. I'm hoping people might get some benefit out of this from two old cynical internet marketing hacks like us.
But the thing of it is, we're willing to share and we're willing to tell people what we're doing, and that's the point. And no bullshit. And we'll tell you what we use. And if you want to use it, that's fine. If you don't, well, fuck off. Go and buy something else.
Yeah. Go and buy some crap that won't work next week.
Exactly. I mean,
so that's it. Well,
somebody was talking about buying Facebook, because Facebook's really hammering down right now, right? And I do a lot of Facebook stuff, right? And somebody might even be you that was telling me, somebody contacted them saying, "Oh, do you know where I can buy some Facebook accounts?" I mean, sure, you're making money, but what a way to live. What are you going to do in 3 months?
Yeah.
What are you going to do in 12 months? It's like, okay, the next bloody bullshit thing, Okay, yeah, you might have made a little bit of money, but what next? Then you screwed up your Facebook account or whatever, and then your income stops because all you've done is used the system the wrong way, and look, it doesn't matter. We can all break the system unintentionally. We push the envelope. Of course, we push the envelope. I mean, I push the envelope. I just did not push it over the edge.
Yeah, I mean, I used to make a lot of money with AdSense, which basically stopped virtually overnight a couple of years back. With it was the one before Panda. I can't remember which one it was now, but that really hit me because I'd been stupid enough to believe the thing that the more backlinks you had, the better, and it used to work. And then Google said, no, fake backlinks. If you've got thousands of backlinks, it's obviously fake, and we're going to penalise you accordingly. So yeah, that cost me a lot of money from AdSense. I don't even look on AdSense as being one of my revenue streams anymore. It's nothing. I don't even know.
All right, mate. Well, we'll stop it at that, eh? I think it's
let's stop now. Yeah, it's been a.
Believe me, we can read a lot more than this, everybody.
Okay. Well, it's morning here. Next time it'll be evening, and I won't be drinking a cup of coffee. So maybe that'll get me.
We'll do a time change shift and see how we go.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we swap over. Yeah. Good.
I'm sort of behaving myself these days, so, or at least for now, for a few weeks. So. I was playing over a bit a couple of weeks ago, and I've got to give myself a break. So, all right, mate. I'll talk to you soon, eh?
See you on the next one. Cheers, pal.